I'm going to give you a brief tour of Watersuite's water quality monitoring module. This video is for those who have already seen source water protection and want to see how we have integrated real-time water quality monitoring into Watersuite's offering. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have our demo town zone of concern with all of its sites of interest, points of interest, and publicly available data put onto the map that you saw in the original demo. So our water quality monitoring module starts with these sample sites. Sample sites denote any sort of sensor array that's been deployed by our customers within their zone of concern. So as you saw, the info screen pops up when you click on any point within the zone of concern. The difference with these sample site points is instead of giving you associated contaminants and related info, it gives you some basic water quality monitoring parameters. These are brought in real time. As you can see, the most recent was 11:38 a.m. I'm recording this video around 11:40, and these are the most important parameters that our customers have identified so far. As you can see, we can have sample sites both within our surface water zones of concern and next to our wellhead locations. From here, we can actually open a site dashboard just like we did for sites of interest for the sample site. Within this, you see the same functionality of attachments, contacts, and notes that you saw on the sample site, along with some different widgets down here. We still have the map down here. We have any details about the location, current weather conditions, and from here you're actually able to set some settings on each parameter so that when we do get to the charting section, which I'll show you in a second, you're displaying the parameters the way you want to see them. Additionally, from here you have the ability to keep track of your calibration events, which becomes extremely important when we're covering event detection and trying to keep a record of all of the important actions taken for each sensor site. So now I'm going to head back to this point right here and bring you to kind of the core of the offering of water quality monitoring, and that is the single site charting. So I'm just going to bring up a few parameters, conductivity, DO, and DOC, and I'll show you the charting function. So you'll see this chart is customizable on both axes. You're able to set whatever time frame you want, and by clicking this button, you'd actually be able to go in and change the y-axis ranges. If I scroll over any of these lines, we get the individual points that actually pop up in a little tooltip, and you're able to scroll through each of the real-time data and see specific patterns and specific measurements. If you were particularly interested in a more conceivably interesting part of the chart, you're able to click and drag to zoom. We have found that's particularly useful when you find spots that have gaps in the data to really dive in and see what happened. Additionally, within water quality monitoring, besides just being able to chart and analyze your recent and not so recent values, we have an event detection system built into Watersuite. So now I just clicked the View Alerts button here and clicked Chart again. Each of these vertical bars denotes a time when Watersuite event detection or Detector, our third-party event detection system, detected a deviation from baseline in this real-time water quality monitoring data. Each of these alerts you can click on. You actually get additional information about the alarm that was created, as well as start time, trigger time, and end time of each alert. So the difference between the start time and the trigger time is a buffer that we build in so as to prevent noise setting off unnecessary alarms. With all event detection systems, we want to reduce false positives as much as possible without missing anything meaningful. Our customers have found this particularly useful in detecting any issues with sensors as well as meaningful water quality events. Once you get these alerts in, you're able to actually go in and classify them, and particularly with detector, which is the more complicated and more comprehensive of the two tools, the model will learn as it goes from these classifications. However, most of our customers have just used this maintain sensitivity button when they're dealing with detector, because if detector catches a meaningful water quality event, they want to leave the model exactly the same. They don't want to make it more sensitive. Additionally, to being able to classify, you're also able to fill out notes for posterity on what might have actually caused the alert. And these are our list as it stands right now, as prescribed by our customers. Options can be added and additional notes can be added down here. So water quality monitoring aims to, with a suite of tools, help really in the monitoring and detection step of the prepare, monitor, detect, and respond cycle that Watersuite aims to provide to its customers. We want them to be prepared through source water protection for any emergencies that might pop up, and be able to have contacts and notes and information about any given facility that might cause an issue. We want them to be able to monitor for real-time water quality events, so that if and when that emergency does pop up, they can detect it, and then using that information stored in source water protection, respond adequately.